In this video, I'm going to give you 5 premium products to elevate your wargames. Let's jump into it. How's it going, guys? My name is Matt, this is my beard, and welcome to this week's video. It's been a long time coming. I've had a couple of weeks off. I've been a bit busy in my real world life, but in that time I have managed to look at a few products. Now, before we jump into the video, I just want to say thank you to 3 things. First and foremost, to you guys. We recently reached 700 subscribers, which is just phenomenal. I'm absolutely thrilled ribbons with that, and obviously that just, it just shows that progression, and I just want to really thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. If you are new around here and you haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe. We do some really cool content, and I've got some amazing content lined up for the rest of the year. I've got a couple of decent projects ongoing and a few things that I want to play with. So without further ado, I do want to just say thank you to Sump. They are partial sponsors of this video, as they have kindly and most generously donated 2 sets of their product, which I'll explain later on in the video, both for Scum on the Tyne, which is my Necromunda event, which I have coming up at the end of August, so the 30th of August, down at Clubhouse in Newcastle. If you can make it down, tickets are still available on the Clubhouse website. Get yourselves down there. But they've donated a product for both a prize giveaway, but then also for me to have as well. So thank you very much, Sump. I'll be jumping into them quite soon because there's a lot more to talk about there. And then secondary is Trident Futureworks. Now, Trident Futureworks gave me a heavily discounted rate on their product. They found out that I was doing this video, we had a conversation, and I've actually been using their product ever since, actively in my own personal life. It's been ideal, but I'm jumping the gun. So without further ado, let's jump into the first product, which is rulebook tabs. Right, let's not do that transition again. That was horrendous. Rulebook tabs. So rulebook tabs was a pretty interesting one. Now, for each pack of tabs, it's £5, which isn't very much at all, considering how game-changing this is. Now, just something to note, a lot of the products that I'm showing here are Necromunda focused. However, there are options for other game systems within everything I'm showing you here today. So please don't think that this is exclusively, if you're playing Necromunda, these things are great. There are options for your game system 9 times out of 10 if it's within the Warhammer universe in the products that I'm showing you today. So let's jump into rulebook tabs. Now, about a month ago, I was scrolling through my Instagram and I saw a sponsored post, and it was rulebook tabs. And honestly, like, at first when I saw it, I was thinking, hang on, this is pretty cool, because it wasn't Necromunda, it was Blood Bowl. It was Blood Bowl that was advertised to me, and I had a look and I was thinking, oh, that's pretty interesting. So I looked at the website, and for £5 you get a packet of tabs that you apply yourself to your own rule books, and it makes finding specific sections of your rule books really easy. So naturally I thought, well, hang on, I play Necromunda and I'm always flicking through my rule books, always, because a lot of people use different apps and different websites for their gang lists and their skill tropes and skill trees and all that sort of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm a little bit more tactile. I prefer looking at a book. So, don't get me wrong, I use the apps, but rule books are my kind of thing. I like them. So I bought myself 4. I've got the Book of Desolation, House of Blades, Book of Judgment, and the rulebook, the core rulebook. Now, this is the House of Blades one. I'm yet to put it on. I wanted to show you guys what it is. And all it is, each tab has its own sort of title. So we've got history, gang list, hangers on, hired guns, tactics, scenarios, chem alchemy, that sort of stuff. And these are all sections that are earmarked in the books themselves. Now, I marked up my rulebook, so my rulebook has tabs along the top and then also tabs along the sides as well. And I've recently been holding and hosting alongside a guy called Alex, and you're going to find out a little bit more about Alex in a future video. But Alex and I have been working in tandem on like a training session. So we've been doing weekly training sessions at Clubhouse for new players to Necromunda. So having like a tabbed rulebook where I can go, okay, well, let's have a look at skills, or let's have a look at, like, I don't know, movement or shooting or whatever, like whatever I need to reference to my players. It's just easy just to flick straight through, and it's really, really simple to use as well. You just place your finger on the tab that you want to go to and then pinch and pull, and there you are. You know, you're on the page. So it's an ideal little like setup, and it's easy for quick reference. So there we go, rulebook tabs, £5. There's going to be a link on screen, and I'll also put a link in the description for everything that you're seeing here today. But as I say, phenomenal. They do Age of Sigmar, they do Old World, they do Necromunda, they do 40k, and they also do Blood Bowl. So yeah, get yourselves some rulebook tabs, make your life a little bit easier. Let's jump on to the next topic. For this product, we're going over to Laserforge miniatures. Now, Laserforge do quite a lot of stuff. They're quite an interesting company. And one of the things that I found on their site was their token set for Necromunda. Now, they do token sets for a lot of game systems, like Malifaux and that sort of thing, but they also do for Necromunda. Now, for anybody who's played Necromunda, there's a lot of different status conditions that your character can be. So for example, pinned or hidden or ablaze. And that's one of the reasons why I picked up this token set. Now, this box did not come with the token set. The tokens come in a little Ziploc bag, and then it's down to you to sort of organise them out into your own sort of storage of your choice. So that's probably the only mark I would say against Laserforge, is that they don't sort of sell them in like a little carry case like that. Now, I bought that on on Amazon for about £10 for a pack of 3, and it's just a little bits organizer. I think it's like a little screw organizer or something like that. But you need 12 separate ducats. So for the 12 different types, if you're getting the ones for Necromunda, but this is £25 and 25 pence, and they're all really well laser etched and laser cut acrylic tokens. Now, the colours are really vibrant because obviously they're acrylic. They're a little bit thicker than you'd anticipate as well, which is a good thing because it doesn't feel as if it's going to snap or break. But also, it's come clutch. I have to admit, it's come up clutch in games, because in Necromunda specifically, you receive like a cardboard cutout type idea, or push out pogs or little discs, and they have like wounded or activation and ready markers or fire, or like blaze tokens, that sort of stuff. But they all look the same. It's a very grey background with a different symbol, and it's quite hard to determine which is which. Now, obviously, you can just mentally keep track, that's fine, but at a glance at the table, like, you wouldn't be able to see that, well, actually, that's got a ready marker on it, and that's where that one's on fire. You know what I mean? So I decided to just get myself these tokens, and honestly, like, I've used them in every game since. I've been playing weekly Necromunda, so I've been trying to like ramp up my Necromunda games recently. And I've played weekly for about a month and a half now, and I've used these in every game since they came. Now, one other thing, it was a small gripe, but it's completely understandable. So during the manufacturing process, there's two layers of like adhesive plastic. It's like sticker back plastic that is left on as they're cutting each individual piece, which you have to peel off. And when there's over 110 different tokens, and they're all small and fiddly, peeling them off, it took me about an hour and a half to do, which is fine. You know, it's I just chucked on some stuff on the telly and I just started peeling away. And then as I was peeling, I was organising them into little ducats of this. Now this is just going to be a slight bonus as well. This isn't one of the five products that I'm showing you guys today. But this little organizer is absolutely perfect for Necromunda because you can have your dice in the top. So these are just my regular Hive Secundus dice, and then you've got obviously the tokens below. Little perfect thing. Chuck it in my backpack and it's perfect. At the moment it's got a couple of different bases and flying bases on because I bought the Malstrain half of a Secundus box from a lad who's recently gotten into it off of him, because I'm building up my Malstrain Gene Stealers for a project to come. So yeah, anyway, Laserforge miniatures, £25, 25 pence. Really, really good tokens, really vibrant as well. There will have been overlays over this whilst I've been talking too, of just like the different types. So yeah, enjoy that. Anyway, let's jump on to the next product. For this product, we're going to be looking at one of the longest standing products in my lineup here. I've been using these for months, absolutely months, and I love them. And they are the Nameplates by Versatile Terrain. Now, I have done a video on the Nameplates by Versatile Terrain before, but it would be remiss of me not to add them into this collection of premium products based on the fact that it is a bit extra to add nameplates to your characters. But boy, does it elevate the gameplay. It's so much better to help identify each model, especially for your opponent. Like some of these things that I'm talking about today are both for your benefit, but also your opponent's benefit, and it's a good visual aid, really. So let's talk nameplates for a moment. Now, I have kitted out some of my Escher with nameplates, and now that orders are back open with Versatile Terrain, Keith's been away for family reasons as of late, so the shop's been shut for a short period of time. But with the shop being, the shop reopening now, I'm going to go through both my Paladin Enforcers and also my Escher, the rest of my Escher, because I've got a handful left to name. And getting nameplates printed for them because sincerely they're amazing. They're really, really good. Now, what they are resin printed nameplates, custom nameplates, and you can choose your framing, you can choose your back, and you can choose your font. Now, there's a load of fonts to choose from, there's a load of frames to choose from, and they all come in different sizes as well. Now, this isn't just pertinent to Necromunda. This is pertinent to any game system which has a base to it, because Keith offers pretty much any base that you can conceive. Like, I've seen 170mm by 105mm half rounds on his site. Like, the big night bases, yeah, covered, not a problem whatsoever. Everything from them all the way down to your 25mm rounds. Can't go wrong. Now, as you can see, I've been putting things on screen as we've been talking, but as you can see by the quality, like, it's phenomenal. And then you paint that as well, so just give it a quick clean. Obviously, it's resin, so you naturally you've got to clean resin at any given time. I usually clean them as they come, so I don't take them off the sprue, I don't take them off the support gates or anything like that. I literally just pop them in warm soapy water, get my little toothbrush that I've got specifically for cleaning resin, give it a bit of a clean, and then it's just a case of base coating it, so undercoating it with your colour forge or your preferred your preferred colour, primer. My preferred colour forge, just because it lands really, really well, and they're a great company. But yeah, prime it, paint it, super glue it onto the base, you're sorted. So there we go, versatile terrain, nameplates. Also, quick side note, I jumped on the Kickstarter for the monolith, the Book Nuke, and I've had the first part of it all 3D printed. It's currently on my within my rulebook collection, and it looks sick. I can't wait to get the diorama pieces done so I can get them painted up. That's going to be a video coming up, and that's another versatile terrain product. Keith, you've smashed it out of the park, mate. I absolutely love them. Anyway, next product. Now on to the sponsored portion of this video. So there's two separate sponsors for this video, and the first one is Trident Futureworks. Now, I got in contact with Trident Futureworks a few weeks back. It was actually through Graham Burnt Aquila. He recommended I get in contact with them. And also, I actually saw this product in the wild with Graham. So Graham brought his entries for Geordie Demon, which was the painting competition that we held at Clubhouse. There's going to be a video on that relatively soon, my experience of being a judge. It was really, really cool. But Graham brought up his entries in a Trident Futureworks case, and subsequently I've got myself one. Now, I got this at a heavily discounted rate for this video, and I'm very, very thankful to Trident Futureworks for that. That was very kind of you guys, and you didn't have to do that for me. It was really kind, so thank you. I really do appreciate that. Now, I kind of love this case. So let's start with the start. So this case is £40. It is their Skirmish case, and it fits roughly 30-ish models in there at a push. I currently have about 20 in there. It's my Paladin Enforcer gang, and yeah, it's pretty full. But it's a Skirmish case. It's meant to have few models in it. Now, it is a magnetized setup, so you will have to put little magnets on the bottom of your models for it to then go on the metal plate that you're able to pull in and out. However, it is a brilliant product. It comes flat packed, so you have to assemble it yourself, but it's all friction fit. So I haven't applied glue or anything like that. I've left it to be friction fit, and I've been carrying this thing to and from Clubhouse pretty much every other day. And that's no exaggeration either, because I do use this. Since I've bought it, I've actively used it. It's been phenomenal. Now, I do have a big Jikochi, I think that's how you pronounce it. I have a big Jikochi carry case for my 40k. I had that ahead of knowing about Trident Futureworks. But obviously that's massively overkill for what I need for a skirmish game. And if this is going to contain a single gang, well, that's absolutely perfect. Now, one of the cool things that I found about this is that the back perspex you can have in pretty much any colour you can think of. And that'll help delineate, should you get multiple of these, it'll help delineate which gang is in each box. So, for example, this red one currently has my Paladin Forces in. However, I think I'm going to look to get a blue-backed one and a yellow or orange-backed one. I'm going to have my Enforcers in the blue, I'm going to have my Escher in the red, and I'm going to have my Ashwaste Nomads in the amber or yellow one. But it's a really cool product. So it's been designed from the ground up by the guys at Trident. They have designed them with stacking in mind. So for each of the 4 case types that they run, so they have the skirmish case, they have the small Aegis, the regular Aegis, the extra large Aegis, and they also do a XL skirmish case as well. So the XL skirmish case is like double the height or double and a half the height of this. which is quite an interesting one because that means that you can have 2 gangs in there if you want, which is cool. Or you could get a skirmish case for a different game. So there you go. You could have your kill team in there, whatever. But generally speaking, I've not had a single issue with this product at all. It fits together really well. As I say, it's friction fit. All the parts have been custom designed by the guys at Trident, and it just pushes together really nicely, and it works. It's as simple as that. Now, I'll just go through the prices for each. So you've got, at the very top of the scale, the XL Aegis, which is for your actual game, like your wargaming armies. You're looking at £120. Then going down to just the regular size Aegis, which I think, so the XL I think is more for your 2,000 points. Your Aegis is for 1,000 to 1,500 points of 40k. The Skirmish XL is for like 2, possibly even 3 gangs at a push. And then you've got the Aegis Small, which is for your 500 points, and your Skirmish, which is for your 1 gang. So the prices again, sorry, I did like 3 different things at once. So Skirmish is £40, Aegis is £60, sorry, Aegis S is £60, the regular size Aegis is £90, the Aegis XL is £120, and the Skirmish XL is £60. I have all this information to the side just to make sure I was articulating it correctly for you. There you are. Overall, value for money, quality product, I absolutely love it. And because you can customize that back plate, that back acrylic, you can have pretty much any colour you want. So it's a win-win, really. You can give it that personal touch. Graham's even sticker bombed his, so Graham's got like loads of stickers on his. I don't currently. I'm probably going to put one of my stickers on there. But for the here and now, really, really great product. So there we go. That is the Skirmish case by Trident Futureworks. On to the final product. We now go on to the final product of this lineup, and this is quite a cool and quite emotive product for me because of how it all came to be and the reason behind it, the story behind it. Now, I love a good story. I love understanding the history of something and understanding where it comes from. So 2 months ago, I want to say, I was going through my Instagram feed and I noticed that I received a like and then another like and a follow, and it was from a company. And so I clicked on the company and I saw some videos and I was blown away straight away. The cinematography was amazing. Like the way that they were advertising these products or marketing these products was just gorgeous. I absolutely loved it. So I got in contact and just said, look, I love the dice. I love the token. Like, it's class. Really, really good work. Like, they look phenomenal. Like, and then a conversation ensued. And I got on a video call with Mika, who is the owner of Sump. So Sump is a company based out of California in the United States, and Mika creates brass etched dice and priority tokens for Necromunda. Now, there is talks of there being tokens and whatnot created for Blood Bowl and other systems. However, here and now, they're predominantly selling Necromunda stuff. Now, I did say earlier on in the video that there's going to be other stuff available. I just happen to know that in the future there's going to be more systems available through this company to buy your tokens and dice for. So I didn't tell you a lie, I just wanted to be very clear. For the time being, there's only Necromunda products available on this site. However, long term, there's going to be more stuff available to you, so just so you're aware. But I spoke with Mika, and we spoke at great lengths, and we talked about our passion for Necromunda and the hobby and what it means to us and where it's come from and where it is. And Mika was a really down-to-earth guy. He really sort of spoke from the heart. He was very passionate. He was very caring. He spoke a lot about his son and how his son's now getting into Necromunda, and it's a really great pastime for them both. Like, they've created great memories together, and that's one of the great things about Necromunda, because of the narrative element. You can look back fondly at crazy things that have happened in the Underhive and in your gang or in your games. So before I go any further, I'm going to read out a note that was given to me through the receipt of this parcel. So, hey Matt, and greetings to all the Hive scummers. Today I'm bringing a piece of the Underhive straight into your hands with these brass dice and tokens, forged to endure the harshest conditions of the wasteland. I created them with one idea in mind, crafting something that could be passed down, something my son could one day hold in his hands, and maybe pass on in turn. Real relics. Heavy, solid, aging with character, etched with the grime and grit of Necromunda. Because down in the depths of the Sump, it's that raw authenticity that truly matters. And when you feel the weight of these dice, I hope you'll feel a little bit of that world too. And I love that. When I read that the first time round, I was like, yeah, that's really cool. Because one of the main things that Mika wanted to sort of purvey is that these are not just dice for a game, they're dice for a lifetime. And moreover, Mika made these dice so he could pass them on to his son, and then hopefully in turn, should the game be still going at that time, it'll be passed on again. Like a little family heirloom, like a little family relic, because Mika made these, he designed these, he created these, and they're beautiful. And the great thing about them is they patina over time. He's had a set for quite a while, and they've started to patina quite nicely. And it just gives that grit, that realism, that true sort of authentic nature of what these dice and tokens are. So I was gifted 2 sets. I was gifted 2 sets of the vehicle dice, and I was gifted 2 sets of the regular dice, the regular Necromunda dice. And I was also gifted 3 tokens, so 2 regular priority tokens and then 1 Escher, or House of Blades priority token. So the 1 priority token and the House of Blades priority token were for me, as well as 1 set of vehicle dice and 1 set of regular dice. The other 2 sets of dice and the other priority token were given to me for Scum on the Tyne, for prizes for Scum on the Tyne. Now, bearing in mind that the price of these dice and sets range between £20 and £140, that's a really, really generous sort of gift box I was given there, both myself and Scum on the Tyne. So, Mika, thank you. Like, seriously, these products are amazing, and I've been using them ever since. So since I received them, I've been using my personal set in pretty much every game. I have my regular blue dice, my regular Secundus dice with my tokens, but that's because I've been taking a spare set of dice so other people can use the spare set, and I've got my own metal dice, because I don't want people to pocket them. They won't, but we all know what wandering hands are like. So there we have it, a really beautiful set of dice. Gorgeous. I absolutely love them. And the priority tokens as well, like they do them in all of the house, the house symbols. And if there's a house symbol that isn't currently available, drop Mika a message and he'll prioritize it for the next the next design phase. Like, he's really good. So there we go. So that was 5 premium products for elevating your skirmish games. And I'm back. So let's jump into a little bit of what's happening, what's going on, and then we'll close off the video. So there is that video done and dusted. Thank you very much for watching. So it's been over a month since I posted, and it's not for any bad reason or negative reason. I've just had to do a lot of real world stuff, and with that I've been thinking a lot about the channel and what I want to do and how I want to go on and all this sort of stuff. And I've come to some conclusions and I've come to some realizations as well. So I love making YouTube videos. I absolutely love it. It's become a real hobby of mine. to create the videos and to create the content and to connect with you guys, because that connection is really important to me. I love like the interaction that we have, and I love, you know, really expressing my feelings towards something, or really enjoying my hobby just for painting and sharing that with people, and then in turn having their story shared with me. You know, there's been many a time outside of, you know, the YouTube comment section, which, by the way, feel free to jump in the comments section. I try and answer as many as I can, if not all. But there's been many an interaction that I've had with people just in the wild, whereby we've been talking about painting, and we've been talking about our hobby and our passion, our love for war games and painting and lore and just everything to do with specifically Warhammer, really. Warhammer, Necromunda, that sort of thing. And I think to my thoughts and feelings as to what I've kind of been going through just in my personal life, like, my passion for this hobby is huge, and I really care about the people in it, but I also care about what I'm doing in it. And I realised that I've just been getting stuff for the sake of getting stuff. And I'm currently in two minds about my Dark Angels, for example, because I know I invested a lot of time into my Dark Angels, but I'm thinking, well, do I really want to continue with these, based on the fact that I'm really just struggling to apply the paint? Like, I've done numerous test models, and I'm struggling to figure out the correct formula for me, how I want it to see and how I want it to come across. So I'm in two minds about that. I also got the Space Wolves FOMO box. Like, I got the new Space Wolves like army box. It's still sealed. I've not opened it yet, but I've got it ready to go. I've got the Horus Heresy, the Saturnine Age of Darkness box, the 3rd edition box, and I've also got a rulebook. I'm not going to tell you which rulebook, because I'm actually going to focus quite a lot on 30k going forward. That's going to be one of the projects that I'm going to be doing. But I've realised that I've cast my net quite wide with the hobby. And it's not a bad thing. Like, we all do it. Like, we all buy the new shiny thing. So I think for me, I've had to really dial back my sort of wants and needs for the hobby to just what I enjoy. So I think there's going to be a bit of a shake-up on the channel as to what I'm going to give you guys and what I'm going to deliver to you guys. I'm still going to focus on Necromunda. There's going to be a lot of Tyranids coming up. I've been building a lot of Tyranids. There's going to be some 30k coming up as well. Again, I'm not going to say much more than that. I've chosen my faction. I've chosen it, and I'm really happy with it. I've done them before, but I haven't shown anybody on the internet outside my friends. So I am looking forward to restarting that. And yeah, Trench Crusade as well. I'm going to be, at some point in the nearest future, I'm going to be doing some Trench Crusade stuff. I look back at the video that I did at the start of the year, and I think there was a lot of ambition in that, and there was a lot of hope for things to come. And my sort of wants in the hobby have completely changed since then. So it'll be interesting to see at the end of the year what my thoughts and feelings are towards the hobby, and what things I have actually focused on in comparison to what I anticipated I was going to focus on at the start of the year. Because Kingdom Death, I've got loads of Kingdom Death stuff. Haven't touched it in months. In fact, no, sorry, I touched it the other night because I was moving around a bookshelf. Like, there's some really great models for Kingdom Death. I absolutely love Kingdom Death. It's amazing. But I haven't built or painted any of it in months. So there we go. Bit of an interesting time. Now, I'm going to be trying to keep to a weekly schedule going forward. I've recently picked up a really cool model, which I'm going to be painting for next week's video. You guys, if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't, links in the description, follow the link tree. It's got my affiliate link for Wayland Games. It's got my affiliate link for the Colourforge, which is some of the best primer you can get. but it's also got my Instagram in there as well. So get down there, get yourselves following. But you'll have seen which model it is. So I'm not going to tell you on this video. You're going to have to find that out yourself. But next week, I'm going to be painting up a model on the channel for next week's video. So there we go. Anyway, right, enough of me waffling. This has been a really fun video to make. I've really enjoyed looking at the stuff and using the stuff. That's the big thing here. The rulebook tab's phenomenal. The token set, really good and useful. Obviously the Trident Futureworks box or case, carry case, like amazing, really usable product. The dice from Mika and the guys at Sump Lab, like phenomenal. And obviously versatile terrain as well, nameplates, really, like you can use them in anything. Like you can use them in anything. 30k, you've got named guys in there. You've got characters in there which are named in lore and in the books. So you can get their names, put them on the bottom. So you can have a whole army with names. It's pretty cool. So there we go. That's it. That's me. I'm done. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 relatively soon. Like I would like to do that. That would be really cool. And you know, I want to try and get myself to doing a lot more frequent short form stuff as well. I've tried to do some short form in the past and failed, and I've tried and it succeeded, and I'm still getting my head around that sort of stuff. But outside of that, yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Comment below which one was your favourite product, and if there's anything that you use personally that I should be aware of, let me know the name of the company below. Tell me what they are, tell me what they do, and maybe drop a link or whatever, and yeah, let's have a conversation about it. But outside of that, I've been Matt, this has been my beard. This has been a 3D printed microphone holder that I printed myself. The fork mic is still available and still there, but microphone holder. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next week.